Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually doing an Etsy shop critique. This is one of the many free critiques I do every single month. I do anywhere from 1 to 4. And then some months I do a little bit more depending on how busy I am or not. So if you are interested in possibly winning a free critique, I will leave the link right below this video. Also, if you are interested in learning how to make passive income on Etsy and you have not joined my Etsy course yet, make sure that you grab this free guide. I will leave the link right below this video. It will teach you the 3 essentials that you need today to get started and have your very own printable store. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, consider subscribing. I do upload weekly videos to help you build an impactful online business. So make sure that you subscribe today and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first one notified of every single time I upload a new video. So I'm gonna head over to my computer now and you will be able to see if you are the lucky winner today. So let's head over to my computer and see. So today's lucky winner of the Etsy critique is Anita. So thank you, Anita, for applying for a chance to win the critique. I wish you did. Guys, everything that I'm going to be sharing on this critique is applicable for any type of niche. Make sure that you watch all the way to the end and also leave any feedback for her store as well. I'm trying to build a community where we all help each other grow. There's enough room for everyone to grow on Etsy. So go ahead and give her some good vibes. Let her know what she needs to be doing better or what she's doing already good, right? We all need positive vibes. So let's go ahead and get started. The listing that I picked for this particular audit or this particular critique, is this one right here. And what I normally do on a critique, especially if it's your first time watching this video and you're new to my channel, is that I take a listing and I do like a quick audit. I look at the photo, I look at the title, I look at the listing description, I look at the tags that you're currently using, and then I also do like a brief overview of your store as well. So let's go ahead and talk about this one here. I already have it open right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. When you sell, right, on an e-commerce platform, product photography is everything, right? Your product has to be amazing. Not only that, whatever you're selling has to be on demand and it has to be something that people are actually searching for. And when they find your product, what makes your product different from everyone else that sells tags online? Always keep that in mind. When you're creating a product, you have to think about what's your unique selling proposition. When people look at your product and they fall in love with it, it's no brainer that they have to buy from you because your product is better than the competitors, right? It outperforms the competitors. So that's the first thing you have to think about. And your product is beautiful, but to be honest, it's not as unique because there's many people selling very similar products like you. So when you create something, you have to think about, what does my product, how do I outperform my competitors? What makes this product better than everyone else's, that when people see it on the feed, they're going to want to click and buy from me, right? And that's how you make yourself stand out in a saturated market that sells printables and tags and common things like this. So it's not that the product is ugly. You have a beautiful product. It's just that it's very similar to what everyone else sells on Etsy. So it's going to be very hard for you to kind of separate yourself from the millions of shops that sell like similar items. So that's the first thing you always have to think about. Secondly, one recommendation I have is buying mock-ups. You could go to Creative Market and they have beautiful mock-ups that you could purchase. I think you did a really great job. I mean, I know when I first started my store, my main store, it didn't look as pretty. I have no experience with creating mock-ups or creating pictures, so my pictures were not that good. Yours are actually pretty decent, but what I would recommend is, I know many people do this, they put the actual tag right on top of the champagne or whatever they're putting the tag on. I kind of don't like it because I feel like you could take it to the next level and make it better. I would just go to Creative Market. And it's a great site that I recommend for a lot of people. I will leave the link right below the video, my referral link. And if you go here, you could say tag mockup, right? And you could do search and you could see what comes up. Make sure that whatever program, whichever one you're going to buy, that you read what type of program it requires for you to edit that mockup, because some of them do require like Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. So you want to make sure that you buy something that you know you're going to be able to use, because once you buy this digital asset, you can, in other words, return it back because it's a digital file. But you see how this is like a mock-up of a GIF tag on top of a GIF? It actually looks like it belongs there, right? It looks, right, like it belongs there. When I look at your product, because you just put the tag on top of the photo, it doesn't look as professional as it can look, right? It doesn't look the worst, but you want to make sure that your photo is like, when people look at it, they just memorized by it, right? They want to click to learn more, engage with your product, engage with your brand. So you might have to come in here and see what you find. This is a mason jar mock-up, so that wouldn't work for you. But you will need to come in here. Let's see if they have any wine tag. You might have to play with this to see if you find any. But you will have to come in here and see if you find one that looks more realistic than you just putting a picture on top of another picture. And I'm just saying that because photos make a huge difference, right? In 2018, I know it's a long time ago, Etsy did a survey to all of their sellers or all of their buyers, excuse me, and 90% of them said the reason why they purchased from a store was strictly because of the photo. And the purpose of the photo is to make someone stop scrolling in the feed, right? And pay attention to your product. That's the purpose of the photo. SEO is how they found you, and your listing description, the job of the listing description is to close out your sale. Is to inform the customer everything and anything they need to know about this tag and go ahead and buy from you. So I would definitely go to either Creative Market if you can't find anything. No, I wasn't able to find anything, but I don't want to spend the whole tutorial finding something. Go to Creative Market or find another site. There's a whole bunch of sites like craftbundle.com. There's the hungryjpeg.com. There's so many. And find a way that you could create the mock-up for it to look better. So the actual bottle, the presentation of it is great, but it does look like you just put it up there. And we want to make sure that it looks a lot better because, again, product photography is so important. So that would be the first recommendation I would do. In addition to that, what I would do is that because you're driving traffic to your store, you want to make sure that you have something here, like a little picture that says, click here to favorite this item, or don't forget to favor our shop. Just something telling that customer to favorite the listing. The reason why is because majority of people are just shopping. So they might stop at your store, but not particularly buy from you at that moment. So you're going to lose out on that customer because you probably won't see them again. So what you want to do is, how can you capture this person's either through an email or capture them by them liking your listing. If they like this particular product here, what happens now is that every time you have any update or every time you have like a sale or anything like that, they're going to get a free notification right here. This is a little bit different than the email that doesn't really work that I have tried before, which is sending an email to people who have things in my cart and it never gets sent out for some reason. This is a little bit different. So whenever you like something, this is something that I liked a while back, I got a notification saying that this item was on sale. So this is free remarketing. Does it mean that it's going to get you rich the next day? No. But even if it got you an extra 5 sales a month or an extra 20 sales a year, is extra sales. So you have to do all these different techniques or different marketing strategies within yourself and within your store to get those people that maybe didn't buy the first time to kind of return back maybe the second time and buy from you. So one of them, if you didn't get their email, is by simply having a picture saying, hey, don't forget to favor this item, or don't forget to favor our store. And hopefully the second time or third time that they engage with your brand, they'll go ahead and buy from you. I will also suggest making sure that you have as many photos as you can. The more they stay in your store, the longer that they engage with your brand, the higher the probability that they'll go ahead and buy from you. So the more pictures you have, more engagement, the higher the probability that they'll buy. So just always keep that in mind. In addition to that, I would try to do a video of either the product itself if you want, or different products that are similar that go with this product, or matching items if you have any, or you could do a video of your reviews. I did a couple weeks ago a tutorial on YouTube. You could find it that I have a video where I show you how to create a video listing for your Etsy store, and it's just the reviews, and I show you step by step. I'm gonna link that video right above this one. If you guys want to watch it, you'll see a link pop up right now. But that video actually gives you step by step how to create a video using your reviews. So for a lot of us that sell digital products like myself, it might be easier to create a video out of reviews than out of the actual product, because maybe you don't have it printed out, right? I do like this that you're saying you get, 8 of them. It's so easy to print and cut, and you have like the size. That's great. Make sure that you focus on adding as many photos, if not all of them. Take advantage of all the spots, because the longer that the customer stays engaged with your brand, the higher the probability that they might read the listing description, they might look at other products in your store, and then kind of proceed with the sale. I wanted to check if anyone is liking this picture, how many favorites. So as of right now, this particular picture doesn't have any favorites, revenue, reviews, or sales. Now, it could be that this is a new product that you uploaded, or it could be a product that you have had for a while. That's a good indicator. If people are not favoring the item, it's a good indicator that either people are not finding your products, or they're not engaging with the photo because there's something with the photo. Now, if you had a lot of favorites, that means that the photo's working, but there's something else missing, right? It's not a unique product. Maybe your listing description doesn't have enough information that explains what exactly they're getting. So you have to kind of look at your data. Instead of making an emotional decision, like based on what you think will do well or what you think you need to change, you need to look at the data and let the data tell you what changes you need to apply in order to make this listing or other listings in your store better. So that's what I would recommend for your photos. Now, I wanted to look at your tags, and I'm using erank.com. I do have the pro version of it, so if it looks different to you guys, that's the reason why. And I do recommend paying for the upgrade. I mean, you do get a lot of tools and resources to help you grow your Etsy store. So I highly recommend it. And this is a tool that I'm using. It's called Rank Checker. And it basically gives me like an overview of your listing, your tags, your category, and then I'm able to like analyze it a little bit better. And one thing that I noticed is that majority of your tags are redundant, like they're repeatable tags, like drink party tags, and then you have party tags drink. You have printable wine tags and printable wine tag. So you have one that's plural and one is not. According to Etsy, you don't have to add the plural. If somebody typed the plural, they'll know that you already have the tag. So this is basically like a wasted space. You could use that for a different tag. So just keep that in mind. In addition to that, I think that you did a pretty good job of trying to pick tags that accurately describe what you sell. So, you did try to do that, and you should be very proud of yourself. The issue with the tags is that there's not a lot of search volume right now for these particular tags. And the competition, there's barely anyone using them. And these are okay, but we got to look at this and this. So if there's no search volume for these tags right now, obviously you're not going to get the traffic that you deserve in your store, unfortunately, right? And if there's a lot of competition, that means that you're not going to rank for this keyword, unfortunately, unless you did rank for it, but doesn't look like you did. And Alice in Wonderland, I don't know if that really accurately describes what you sell. You always want to use keywords that describe what you sell. The reason why is because if you show your products to the wrong people, it's going to hurt your conversion rate. The more people see your product and the less people buy from your product, then it hurts your conversion rate and your listing quality score drops. If people engage with your product, if people favor your product, they end up buying your product, then your listing quality score is higher. And it also gives you an opportunity to become a bestseller too. And if that happens, that's even better. But right now, if somebody looks up, if I was to buy something from Alice in Wonderland, I don't necessarily think I will buy a tag, right? So you want to make sure, and I could kind of see why I could fit that theme, but I would just remove that keyword. On top of that, it's so competitive, it's not going to really help you. Probably going to be drowning in the search results. Let's see how many other listings there are. And I apologize to you guys. I have a really raspy voice right now. I don't feel the best. I don't know what's going on with me, and I needed to do a video today because I haven't done any in a couple of days because I've been uploading or fixing my course and adding new material, etc. So I apologize if I sound a little bit weird to you guys. And I don't know what I did there. I meant to type in Alice in Wonderland. I typed in your store. Alice in Wonderland. All right, let's look at it again. So there's 76,000 people using that tag. And there's all these random things, right, when we look up Alice in Wonderland. So therefore, it's not a good tag to use. I would stay away from that tag and just try to use tags that accurately describe what you sell, and try to use different variations of keywords so you could reach so you could amplify your reach, and don't use repeated keywords. So just keep that in mind. And what you want to do, what I recommend doing, is sitting down, coming up with 10 to 15 keywords that accurately describe what you sell. And once you have those keywords, you're going to go to tools, keyword tool, and you don't have to use eRank. You could use Marmalade if that's what you currently use. You could use Google Planner if you guys want. It doesn't necessarily have to be eRank. This is the one that I use, so that's the reason why I use this for my tutorials. But let's say this was my listing right now. I will put gold party tag. Well, instead of party tag, gold printable tag. That's what I will put. That would be one option that I will research that accurately describes what I'm selling. And then from here, it's going to pull up more keywords and that keyword as well. And it's going to give me more information, and it's going to give me additional relevant keywords as well. So here's the one that I picked. No, that's not the one I did. I did gold printable tag. It didn't even show up because look at this. Monthly is less than 20. Competition is 14,000, but no one's really searching for that. So it doesn't have, it wouldn't be a good keyword. Now here, barely any came up. And if I had to pick from any of these, it wouldn't be any of these because look at that. Look at the competition. It's just too much. This might be a good one, but this says template and you're not selling a template, so you don't want to pick something like that. These are oversaturated. I mean, as soon as I see 50,000 and more, I just keep going. And what you want to also do is use long tail keywords because those usually have less competition and higher conversion rate because people that search for long tail keywords are actually searching for the product. If somebody types in tag, that's very broad. If they type in gold printable tag, that's what they're looking for. So it's more accurate. It's someone that's searching with an intent to buy. So I'm striking out on this keyword. I can't find any search volume right now. And this is the reason why before you even create your product, before you even make it, don't look at your competitors and say, oh, well, they're selling it, so I should be okay. Keep in mind, they probably already have an audience. They probably already have an email list. Maybe they have a large following outside of Etsy, right? So they have an audience that they could tap in and say, hey, we have these new products. If you don't have that, the only thing that you could go by is searching and making sure that you validate that niche or that product, and you see if people are actually searching for that product. If no one's searching for that product, especially now with the COVID and everything that's happening and people are not gathering as much as we did before, that could be the reason why it's not anything here. searching for it. I mean, I've been affected on my wedding store. A lot of the products that I sold last year, I mean, look at it this way. Last year in July, I made like 13,000. This year in July, I made 1,300. It is a huge difference. But that's because a lot of the products that I sell are for events and weddings. And unfortunately, this year, people are not searching for that as much. Did I still make money? Of course, but I didn't make the amount that I usually do. And it's a significant amount that I did not make. And you got to think about that. You got to do research before you put that product up. Now, maybe you had that product before and then it just fell off now. Let me see if it gives me the date. So that product was created fairly new. Excuse me. I thought it was a little bit later. Fairly new. So November 15. So yeah, I mean, it looks like not too many people are searching for that. Now, what you might have to do is come up with different tags that describe what you sell to see if you find a way to find other keywords. So another thing that you could do, let's go back to this keyword tool. I'm going to put, let me see, gold wine tag, right? I'm going to try to do something different instead of just using printable tag, gold wine tag, because you could still sell a printable tag to someone that's searching for gold wine tag, right? And then I'm going to analyze the information again, and I'm going to see, okay, which one of these are too competitive. These are wine labels, so that wouldn't be one. Golf party, golf. You see, so you're going to have to just keep doing this until you find one that accurately describes what you sell. Or maybe you find a different product, right, that you didn't think about that you could start selling. So let's see. See, I'm striking out. I can't find anything right now for that. And let's try one more time, something else. So printable tag. Let's see. Party tag. Did I do that one? I don't think I did that one. I did gold. So let's see. I did gold printable tag. Let's try this one. Party tag to see what happens, right? If we could find anything. Birthday party tag. So there's no one searching for that right now. But you see how many people have that listing, that tag? This is a good indication that at one point people were searching for it, and that's why so many people have it. But because of everything that's happening right now, it's kind of like down. Another thing that you could do is you could go to Google Trends and see, are people actually searching for this? And if you go to Google Trends, you could just type in printable tags. You could do a quick search and you could kind of see the search volume. You could check here for the last 5 years, let's say. And you could get a comparison. So it looks like, if you look right here, it looks like the spike is every December. So, you know, before it was a huge spike. Look at this spike, how big it is compared to this spike. It keeps going down and down and down. And look at now. We are right here. And it's really low. Barely anyone is searching for this on Google right now. This shows you that this tag is not going to do that well for you. You see? How there's barely any traction. And if there is going to be some, it's going to be in December. So you could wait it off to December and see if you get any sales. But it's not like an evergreen content. It shows, you know, there's some products, like my wedding products only perform really well between like January and like September. And after that, it kind of slows down. There are products that are evergreen, that's yearly. There's products that are only for 3, like coffee mugs are only from October. It starts in October, November, December, and then January dies off again. So there's different products. You have to learn the market. Is there a need for this product? And do you want to sell a product that you only sell one time a month or one time a year? Or do you want to create a product that you could sell over and over and over because it's evergreen, right? So you have to do research before you upload a product. I think the biggest mistake many of us make, I did this in the beginning, is throw a whole bunch of stuff in your store and think, okay, well, I'll just do a whole bunch and hopefully some will stick and I will get sales. And you have to make sure that you search your products first to see if there's any demand for it, and if there is, how can you make that product better, and then you create a product that has a unique selling proposition that's no brainer for people when they see it to want to buy your product. But you could test it out till December, see how it goes for you, but I will still do research and I will still try to find tags that have a little bit more of a search volume if possible. I know it's going to be a little bit challenging because even with me trying to do it with you right now, I striked out. And that's because not too many people are searching for this at the current moment. It doesn't mean that it won't change. It doesn't mean that next year it might be a product that you sell a little bit more. It just means that it might be a little bit harder this time around. And once you have the new keywords, what you always want to do is that the keyword that has the highest search volume with the least competition, that's the keyword that you're going to use in your title, in the beginning of your title, because the keyword that is in the beginning of the title holds the most weight for SEO. And then you're going to put that same keyword in your meta description. This is your meta description here, which is the Google snippet, because keep in mind your listings are shown not only on Etsy but on Google. So you want to make sure that your meta description has your main keyword. That way when people type in these keywords, you rank for that listing, it shows up on Google, and it drives traffic back to your store, because you have the traffic from Etsy, but then you also have traffic from Google. And let's look at your meta description really quick. Oops. Oh, I got out of your listing. Let me go back to your listing. So here it is. I apologize for my throat. So here is your Google preview. This is what people see when they find you on Google. And right now it's getting truncated. It says these tags are, and then it kind of gets cut off. So you want to make sure that the first 150 to 160 characters, which is this right here, that you have your main keyword, printable drink, meat tags. That's what you have as your keyword. You want to have it here, which you do, printable drink, meat tags. And you want to make sure that it has some sort of call to action, like click to learn more, click to buy yours. The reason why is because this is shown to people on Google, and you want to tell the person what type of action you want them to take. So call to actions, that's what that does. Like if you watch my video, I always say, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. That's a call to action, right? You have to use those when you sell online. If you promote this on Instagram, you will say, click the link in bio to shop my store. If you promote it on Facebook, you will say, click here to get yours today, or whatever you're going to put, right? A call to action. So I will fix that in all of your listings. Make sure that your meta description is correct. It's not getting truncated. That's another opportunity that you get to drive traffic to your store. So you have to make sure that it's optimized correctly. You need to optimize your listings correctly. And the more correct they are, the more information they have, the more detailed that they are, the more pictures that you have, the higher the conversion rate for you. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you include your keywords in your listing description. And I'm looking at your listing and you're not doing that at the current moment. You only have that one keyword here, but I don't see any of the additional keywords, these here that you have. You don't have them in your actual listing. So right now, you're not optimizing your listing for SEO the right way. So you want to make sure that you put those keywords here. Obviously, I would do research again and find new keywords that would be a better fit for your listing. Then come back and redo this again. I did think you did a really good job of explaining what's included, the message on the drink, how it works. You let them know that this is a file that, they're not getting something physical through mail. So you did a good job there. And then you have, check out my other hand letter work and fun on Instagram. I will remove this from here. You don't want to send someone from your store to your Instagram. People get, if you give them too many options, they get confused, or they'll go to your Instagram, forget to buy from you. You want them to buy. And if they don't buy, you want to grab their email so you could remarket to them later. So it would be a better option if you said, join my email list by using this link to get my latest to receive notifications of my latest products or sales that I currently run. That's a better option, because once you have the email, then you could cross promote and say, hey, by the way, here's a coupon, or here's a new product that I just uploaded. And by the way, we are on Instagram, please follow us there, or we are on YouTube, or we are on, here's my blog, or whatever else you want to cross promote. But you want to either get them to buy, and you want to grab their email. Forget about a new follower. Forget, followers don't pay the bills. So you want to make sure that you get the email first, and then you could cross promote later on. That's a better option for you. But I think you did a good job for having details of what exactly they're getting. So great job there. And then what I would do is make sure that you say, oh, you do have it. Perfect. If you would like to see other customizations, please message me to discuss. So that's great right there. What I would do is have a backlink right here to your homepage. So a link that goes to your homepage. That way, when they finish reading this, if they don't buy at that moment, like if they don't come up to buy, they click on the link and it takes them to your homepage. You don't want them to continue going down. And now they saw your competitor, they click on your competitor and they never come back. You don't want that. You want to keep them in your store. So make sure that you put a link right here. So let's go back. Let me look at your category really quick. Okay, right here. Sorry about that. So category, sticker, labels, and tags. Perfect. White, bridal shower, and gold. I think those are good attributes. I mean, it does describe what you're selling. So therefore, it's not a bad choice. So, okay, perfect. But yeah, I would definitely go back and review your SEO. Try to find terms that have some, or tags that have some type of search volume. Because if they don't have any search volume right now, this is not a profitable product to have in your store at the current moment, right? So if you could find additional tags that you could use, it might be tedious. It might take you a while to find new tags, but just do research and research and research. And again, well, like I said, once you have the new tags, make sure you optimize your listing for SEO the right way, so you could take advantage of the building traffic from Etsy. So let's look at your store really quick, just to kind of look at the curation of your store. So you have a banner. What I would do is take advantage of getting an email, making sure that you have some sort of, hey guys, join my email list, whether you put it in your banner or you put it in your About Me section. It's important that, you see, you have the Instagram. I will remove that and I will have a link that says, please join my email list by clicking here to get coupons, occasional freebies, whatever you want to do. You sell printables, so it's a lot easier for people like us that sell digital products to give something for free than someone that has to buy all these additional supplies and give a free earring, right? It's a lot harder for people that sell tangible items. But for me and you, it's a lot easier. If you don't have a digital store, you could offer something of value, just saying, join our community, or you could offer like a coupon when they join your email list, right? So make sure you have that link there. I will put a picture up here with maybe back scenes of you creating your products, maybe a picture of yourself if you wanted to share that. But make sure that you add a little bit more. You do have shipping, shop policies. You don't have that set up. You need to set that up. Etsy does favor stores that have their shop policy up. So if you have great reviews, you have your shop policy up, you have your About Me section filled out, you get higher placement in the search results. I will try to find the article and I will link it right below this video if you guys want to read it for yourself. This is directly from Etsy. So if you don't have your shop policy filled out, make sure you do so, because they're going to favor the stores that have it filled out, and the stores that don't are going to get lower placement in the search results as well. So keep that in mind. And I think overall, your store is beautiful. You have done a really good job. I do think that you have, you want to make sure that your aesthetic looks similar in a way that people will start remembering your brand. So for instance, if I saw this listing here and I saw this one here and I saw this one here, I would think it's from 3 different stores. So in the future, start thinking about branding. How can you have the same aesthetic or the same colors? So when people look at one product in the feed, they're like, oh, this is from the same store. And they start remembering your brand, right? Ultimately, the biggest thing is having an amazing photo, making sure that you do product validation, that whatever you're selling, people are actually searching for at the given moment before you even create the product. That way you have a winning product. And then once you do find that people are actually searching for that, how can you make the product better in order to increase the likelihood that your product will outperform everyone else's, right? And sell more, in other words. So these are my tips for you today, Anita. I appreciate you letting me give you a critique of your beautiful shop. Guys, if you have any tips for her, make sure that you leave them right below. And thank you everyone for watching.